Can you guys move over just a little bit? You dick.
What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Chris's Custom Collectables. I want to introduce you guys to Mr. Ethan Cooper.
It's still official, man. I love it.
I can call you Sir, Lord, whatever you want. The tingles. So today we are going to be doing something very, very cool. We are going to be pimping out a gaming PC.
Yes.
But what do you call it?
Case modding, man.
Case modding. Yeah. So tell everyone a little bit about what you do.
Cool. So basically I take computers and art and make them look cool. So it's like cosplay for computers.
And this man knows how to weather stuff. So in terms of some of your builds you've done, Fallout base, Crash Bandicoot, World of Warcraft, what else have you done?
So we did Goon Squad as well recently, so Rage 2 build for Bethesda. We've hit up a lot of custom controllers in general. We did a God of War one, Assassin's Creed Origins, Dead Rising as well. So we've done a lot of like controller stuff this year, which is good.
Fantastic, man. So today we are going to be doing something very near and dear to my heart. You guys know I'm a massive Ninja Turtles fan. We are going to be decking out a gaming PC like the Ninja Turtles sewer with just mayhem going on. Yeah. So this is something I'm very excited for. We have a basic plan in place, but for the most part we're just going to be winging it. In terms of the hardware and the guts of it, what are we going to be using?
Okay, so Cooler Master has graciously sent us the Master Case H500P. So it's going to be the body of the mod, so all the hardware will be housed in there. Aorus have also sent us the X470 Gaming 5 Wi-Fi as a motherboard. And we're running dual GPUs, the RX 570s. We also have the AMD 2nd Gen 2600X, 32GB of RAM from Apacer, and a Samsung 960 Pro, 512GB.
So essentially this thing is going to be a big weathered piece of mission control.
Yeah, so, pretty much.
In terms of the figures, I found these on eBay. These are actually from NECA. I got all four of the boys. They're kind of reproductions of how they looked in the original comics. So that's the look we're going for. Yeah. Throwing back to the original comics from the 80s, you know, not the cartoon or the movies. Yeah. I just figured it'd be something different because you don't see this a lot.
And they're pretty good figures too.
They're amazing
out
figures.
Out of the box, they're nice and detailed as well.
For all four of them, it was $60, and honestly, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's not bad.
All their weapons and everything. So we're thinking of having a training dojo. Yep. We're gonna have sewer pipes with gunk coming out of them and just incorporating some of the hardware into the diorama itself.
Yeah, the idea is to make it look more like a diorama than a computer.
Again, we have a basic plan in place, but for the most part, we're gonna be winging it. So that being said, let's get to it.
Let's wait.
So guys, the format of this video is a little bit different this time around. We're basically just going to be doing a montage of the entire build process. James was absolutely phenomenal and right on point with his filming and the cameras he was using. It was absolutely amazing. So like Ethan and I discussed, we really wanted to give each one of the turtles a purpose. We just didn't want to place them in certain areas within the tower, on top of the tower, on the side of the tower. We wanted to make sure we really emphasize their personalities. So we have Donnie doing some welding down the bottom. We're gonna have Leo training in the dojo. Raph will be sitting on a sewer pipe using one of his sais as a toothpick, and Mikey is gonna be bobbing up from the sewer. As you can see in the first shot, I was actually dremeling out the manhole opening for the sewer. So Ethan was gracious enough to bring up his vinyl cutter, and that's why these decals that you see in the upcoming montage here look so amazing, because you know James and Ethan were getting files off the internet and they were converting them to be printed out onto these on this vinyl printer, and that way we could do the old school Ninja Turtles logo. We could also do bits of our logos here and there and the sponsors on the back of the tower itself. So I'm actually just using some hot glue here to kind of emulate really crude welding that Donnie's going to be doing at the base of the tower itself. Now I did actually use some of that Duramax stuff that I used on the diorama for the NECA Turtles for the top part of the tower itself to sort of emulate a road, because obviously Mikey's going to be bobbing up from within the sewer up through the manhole cover onto the road. We also used a lot of paint pens. You see right there, Ethan's made a little welding mask and a little welder for Donnie, and I'm just actually mixing up some PVA glue and good old driveway dirt. This wouldn't be a custom collectible without the driveway dirt, geek, so I'm just really just smushing it and smudging it into all those nooks and crannies at the front of the tower. Now we did some graffiti with the paint pens on the front like Shredder Sucks and some Japanese insignia. I'm just taking an angle grinder to the front of the tower itself, and we're gonna open it up like there's been an explosion. As you can see, there's Ethan getting to work there on his amazing vinyl printer. This is something I actually want to invest in. It's a great little piece. And Ethan wanted to use some matte gas just to weather bits of the tower and get his matte gas on. He's happy. And I was just going over on the inside and dry brushing some chrome silver and some rust effects, just using a burnt umber student acrylic, just so it unifies everything. Now, Ethan's going in here and engraving the manhole cover. So this was achieved by putting the vinyl layout on as a stencil, and he's gone in with a Dremel and engraved all the details. And I'm just measuring up the copper pipe here for the sewer system, even though it's not a working sewer system. Oh look, there's Raph. We wanted to have some pipes in there, some sewer pipes, and just weather them up and have some leaks and ooze going along them. So I just soldered them in place with the corner joints, pretty easy done, and then weathered them with some matte black spray paint from Rust-Oleum. You guys have seen me do that before on the NECA diorama build. So this is the panel here with the sewer pipe that Raph is going to be sitting on. I'm just cutting off some excess there so it kind of fits flush to the side. Now Ethan managed to make a little ooze canister scaled down from the quarter scale version that came with my NECA turtles out of some copper pipe and some aluminium pipe, and just bondoed them together. And he's just fitting all the hardware in place, just making sure that the sewer pipes don't inhibit the way that the hard drive sits and the motherboard sits, so everything will still be in perfect working order. And I'm just kind of crudely kit bashing together the Wi-Fi antenna to sort of make it look like something Donnie has crudely put together and slapped onto the side of their hideout. Now Ethan's just drilling some holes here for the dojo, the training center where some of the weapons from the boys will be mounted on. And you see that little drop mat there that Leo's standing on? That was merely just a bamboo mat from a sushi kit, like make your own sushi. It was so cheap and it was just lying around the kitchen, and it was perfect for the training dojo. And just a few more details here and there just to really certify that this is the boys' sewer. And we wanted to throw back to Splinter as well, so the boys went out and got a Velociraptor toy, cut the tail off, detailed it, and stuck it in one of the grates within the tower, which is a great little detail there. In terms of the ooze, I just colored some Bee Queen resin, some clear resin with some green food coloring, and that really did the trick. And Ethan's just going over now with those decals of the sponsors and our logos and everything, and it made for a really crude outside look of the tower, and yet also just looked really gnarly. So all in all, geeks, this was 2 days work, and I was so honored to be a part of it. You know, enjoy the reveal footage, guys. I really want to team up with Ethan and James again and do something like this in the near future. And there you have it, guys. In 2 days' time, we've accomplished this. Ethan, thank you so much, man. Overall, how do you think? What do you think about it?
I'm pretty stoked with how it turned out. My kind of biggest concern was that the turtles would look just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah, right.
But they all had their own like little scene, and it works really well, I think.
Well, that's a good thing, because that was part of the pre-planning, was trying to figure out each of their personalities, what they'd be doing in the sewer, and we nailed it. And I probably should also point out the obvious why I'm wearing a bat suit. We're actually filming something else here today. My mum's doing a thing and she needs to be dressed up as Batman. We thought it'd be a good opportunity to do the outro dressed as Batman. But yeah, guys, go check out Ethan's amazing work. I'll leave all the details down below. A massive thank you to all the sponsors as well who provided this stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. And dude, you know what? I learned a lot of stuff over the last 2 days as well. So
Yeah, it's been fun, man.
thank you, man.
Okay.
Guys, wherever you are in the world, have yourselves a cracker of a day. I hope you're well. Hope you're happy. Be merry. Be silly. And until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best. You're just at the whole...